Hello, everyone. On today's IRS Tax Refund Update, as we monitor the latest developments this tax season, the IRS is preparing to release and transmit the latest batch of direct deposit refunds and paper check refunds this week, so we'll take a look at that. We also have the latest update from the IRS on the progress of this tax season, so we'll check in on that as well, and recap the top problems taxpayers are encountering this year in regards to the processing of their refunds and tax returns. Now, starting off with those tax refunds, as the next batch of direct deposit refunds is scheduled for release on March 8th, as confirmed by the refund status results seen here. Now, if you're part of this refund batch, do allow up until March 13th to receive that in your bank account before initiating a payment trace. We're also still receiving reports of refund status results not properly updating, so it continues to be important to check your tax transcripts to confirm if you're part of this newest refund batch. For those of you waiting on paper check refunds, the next batch is scheduled for release on March 10th. Do allow up until April 7th to receive that by mail before initiating a payment trace. We've also been hearing from several viewers who have signed up for direct deposit that they in turn are receiving a paper check instead. It seems this has been a more commonly reported problem this year, especially for those who had to verify their identity this year who saw their refund method change to paper check. Also, do confirm the correct banking information was entered on your tax return when filing. Now, taking a look at the latest this tax season, as the IRS has now processed 45.7 million tax returns out of 45.9 million filed, which means they're currently processing at a 99.4% rate. That is compared to 96.4% processed at this point last year. In terms of refunds, 35 million refunds have already been issued this year versus 29 million at this point last year, which is an increase of 18%. So we're definitely seeing some improvement compared to last year, and the average refund is a little over $3,000. Now, taking a look at the top 6 issues impacting our viewers at the moment include the nearly 1.9 million unprocessed tax returns remaining from last year. Now, the IRS has not given any update or timeline on completion. However, we do know, aside from the unprocessed paper returns, that if you're waiting on your e-file return from last year, that the IRS has identified a potential issue with your return. Obviously, no matter what the issue was with these returns, they should have been examined and cleared out before the start of this tax season. We also still have viewers who are waiting on their amended returns to be processed from last year, and some of our viewers waited over 1 year for their amended returns to be processed. We do expect that processing on amended returns filed last year to continue into this summer. Another important issue impacting taxpayers last year and this year is the IRS is still needing to process their employer's wage information. And at the moment, the IRS still has 1.7 million unprocessed employee quarterly returns remaining. Now, this is important because the IRS must match what your employer submitted to them versus what you listed on your tax return as income. And if they can't confirm these two totals, do expect additional delays with your refund, even though you correctly and timely submitted your tax returns. In addition, expect to receive that 60-day notice from the IRS if you're in part of this impacted group. Some of you claiming the Earned Income Tax Credit this year will have their tax return selected for additional review and even audit as a result. This is completely random selection, and as we previously reported, we saw a sizable amount of those impacted last year. Last year, we also reported that in 2021, over $19 billion of improper EITC payments were paid out, which plays a role in the auditing a higher percentage of those claiming the credit for this year and beyond. Another problem we're seeing this year, as we saw last year, is refunds on hold due to the need for a taxpayer to complete ID verification. However, the problem for many impacted last year was they never received the notice from the IRS that they needed to complete this step, and it was only after months and months of waiting that they were finally made aware of the issue after reaching out to the IRS or taxpayer advocate. Now, the IRS is supposed to send out letter 5071C if you need to complete this step. Make sure to check your tax transcripts to see if any notices have been sent out to you. We also continue to hear reports of refund status results and tax transcripts not properly updating even weeks after filing. Now, the IRS continues to advise those filing electronically that it may take up to 4 weeks before a tax transcript update becomes available online. Also, it is important to confirm that a return was in fact accepted when first filing. If you're not seeing any update to your refund status results and transcripts after 30 days, it is advised to reach out to the IRS to verify that it in fact was received and there are no additional problems. Let us know in the comment section below about your ongoing tax refund issue or tax processing delay. In the meantime, we'll keep monitoring the situation for further developments, so make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on this channel, and thanks for watching.